classic Broadland site, the maltsters in here at Ranworth Staithe, but unusual to find it here at 9:20 on Christmas Eve. And as you can see here at the Staithe, it's a very peaceful scene. There was a couple of hire boats here last night, one since departed, but they're the only boats we've seen. Seen the odd fishing boats or a canoe on the River Ant, but Faircraft Lines I know do hire out, and I know there's a member of the Norfolk Broads Boaters Facebook group on a forward steer boat out of Faircraft Lines having Christmas on their boat, all decked out with their decorations and lights. And here we are, a normal season. If you come here, this is busy, there's people running around, but Christmas Eve, very quiet. A little bit of wind today, the remnants of Storm Barbara that battered the west coast of the country, particularly in Scotland last night. Winds of up to 90 miles an hour recorded, but we're quite sheltered here. It did get quite cold actually though last night, outside down to 3.5 degrees. So we've had the heating running on low, and if you got it, use it. Keeps the boat really cosy and nice and warm. I don't know if you can just see there, Sheila in the wheelhouse, just with a t-shirt on. So I'm going to go back to the boat, get another battery, and I think maybe just take a walk up the lane towards the church, as the peace is disturbed by a plane. And as for where we're going to be going, I have no idea. Part of me just thinks, well, let's stay here. I mean, I know it would be breaking the 24-hour mooring rule, but I don't see there's lots of people waiting to get into the mooring. Conversely, a rule is a rule, so you never know. Unfortunately, you can't just move round there and say you've moved, because it's no return within 24 hours as well. So let's just come along here while we're just having a wander. And just by the way, there we are, see, no return within 24 hours. Very, very naughty, very naughty. Shouldn't be thinking of that. Overstaying on a BA mooring, my goodness me. I think to a large number of people this is what the Broads really is about. You can take your 45-foot modern cruisers with their microwave ovens, wine coolers, jacuzzi baths, and just come for the actual landscape and quietness. So here we are, footpath to church. Oh. Windy, windy. Haven't even had the sprouts yet. So the hedgerow destroyer's been along. I say that because it doesn't cut, it just gets right in there and destroys the bloody stuff. But it is a lovely view here. Hope you can hear me. Coming up to my tree. It's not mine, just rather like it. Remember being here a couple of times now in warmer weather when all the leaves are out. The odd bee and wasp bothering you as you walk along up here. But today there are no such. They're being sensible. They're not here. So if you can hear me, well done. I won't keep talking because of the wind. We'll just stick some music on. Christmas is a special time for everyone. It can bring happiness, it can bring sadness, but it, I must say, brings thoughtfulness. It's a time to reflect, a time to hope, a time to consider one's options, to wish for a better year next. And I know by the time that you watch this, Christmas will be just a memory. We'll be into 2017 and very new changes ahead for the world, with new challenges for us as a country, with Brexit and what may or may not happen with that, with America electing Trump as their new president. But one thing that will always stay and be the same is images like this, the countryside landscape and people driving. The Broads, the boats, the sound of wind, and for a good long time the captain's blog will continue as well. So before I get too poetic, sentimental and frankly strange, for all of the people that watch these blogs, that love boating, for all of the people that enjoy bashing the Broads Authority, welcoming new things or being disappointed by them, we all have something in common. We like adventure, we like the outdoors, we like boats, we like water, we like wildlife, we like good ale and beers and spirits too. We like posting pictures of our plates of food in the pubs that we visit, and we all like a good juicy debate. So may that long continue as well. So from here in Norfolk on Christmas Eve, I just wanted to say thank you to the people that comment, the people that watch, the people that engage with me in my long rants on various forums. Someone posts 5 lines, I'll come up with 5 paragraphs. But yeah, cheers for coming along. Much has changed since I started doing this in 2011 on Commanding Light from Herbert Woods. So it's been an eventful journey, and one that is most certainly not over yet. So I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas, had a great New Year's, and may all of your wishes come true, and I wish you great prosperity in your future endeavours. That was a bit deep, wasn't it, Harry? It's not a duck, it's a swan, it's a goose. Harry's somewhere. But yeah, I can be deep. Oh, it's wonderful. You can go have a walk, have a reflection, you know, discuss something deep, and then come back and you think, oh, the other boats have gone. And you know you've got a true sort of boating girlfriend when she's filling up the tanks all by herself with high-vis gloves, non-slip. Look, she doesn't know we're watching. She's put that there so it can run. Oh, she's seen us. She's gonna let it run. Honey, I was just being very deep, talking about Christmas time and New Year's and the world changes. And I was walking back and I saw the other boat had gone. Yeah. And you just decided that you were going to fill up with water, and I said, that's a true boating girlfriend.
What? Switch over, hopefully the horses will go down.
By the way, I just realised my viewership's just gone up twofold. My viewers have just gone up twofold. Yeah. Just, you know, you bending over. Right.
Oh shit, I'm filling up the diesel.
You can't fool me that easily. I know it's on the starboard side. We did fill up the toilet tank though, didn't we? Once. Yeah, on a boat. We both of us just saw WA and thought, yeah, that's water. So it looks like I need to buy new batteries because they're not lasting like they used to. I just had a freshly charged one. We did a quick walk up there and back again, and it's needing to be replaced. Fortunately, my trade relation friends in China via Alibaba, eBay and Amazon keep me stocked up with cheap counterfeit Sony products. Until later, and we get underway to wherever, more as it happens. So the winds go up and we're at St Benet's. I say we because I'm not alone this time. Oh, modern art. Look at that. Yeah, modern art. That's a cold girl. But as regular watchers of the blog will know, I rather like coming to St Benet's Abbey. And since they did the lottery funded works, and it looked all rather new, they'd replaced a lot of the lime mortar and stuff. I'm pleased to see that it's weathered. We've got some little growths coming back, bits of plants growing in the nooks and crannies. So here we are in the ruins of the old mill inside, and as ever, even when it's blowing a gale outside, in here it's really very still. And because there's no religious meaning at all, it's just a derelict old mill that some person thought would be interesting to build around the gatehouse of the old abbey. But maybe it is this sort of craziness of the architecture and the acoustics in here and the light. It does seem to feel somehow something special, somehow as if you can just take it easy in here and think and reflect. And the wind, the way it howls through the different openings and stuff, and sounds very different. So I'm glad we just stopped off here. We're the only ones here, no other boats. It's a wild feel to the area. Sheila's not so keen on this sort of stuff, this walking in the countryside. It's something that she's not, you know, she's more a city girl. I prefer it. But I like my city still. I like country. Hertfordshire, yeah? You know, that's good. Not too far from the city, but green. And just saying that we're the only ones here. Here comes another boat. This may have been the one that was moored next to us at Ranworth Staithe. Another Faircraft Lines boat. Is Sheila doing a panoramic? It is funny how I do the blog on this camera, take a few photos and then think, right, Facebook groups, get out the iPhone. So I don't know if we're going to walk all the way up to the cross, but it would be nice. I'll see if I can convince her. I've never really discussed this, but just looking on the outside of the Abbey here, you see some of the graffiti. Just imagine that someone was here, June 10, 1902. Some of them obviously brought with them ladders and stuff. But as I said to Sheila, everything slowly turns to dust. There, for example, up here we've got R.W. Alcock, Stalham, May 30th. So as you can see, we're back on board the boat, and I've got a bit of a major problem with my phone because it keeps switching off because it thinks it has absolutely no charge whatsoever. And you leave it 5 minutes and you turn it on and it's got 40% charge, and then it switches itself on. You put it on charge and it will indicate that it's full, and then you unplug it and we go through the same principle. So it seems like the phone's got an issue with its battery. So it's just over a year old. Isn't that just typical? So it's out of the Apple warranty period, and I'll be into however much Apple want to charge for a new battery or whatever else they might find wrong with it. But that's something to worry about in the new year. So I wanted to take a few more pictures on the phone and go for a bit of walk, but not the best of luck today with batteries. It was also quite tricky getting away from the moorings at St Benet. So you can see we've got a really stiff wind blowing us on shore. So we had a few fun and games there. But we did a spring line and we got away. Basically where that is that you put the bow rope round the post. Sheila was on the front of the boat, and then you put full left lock on and then just gently go so the stern comes out like this, and then at the desired moment you tell Sheila let go of the rope, and then you reverse away from the bank out into the middle of the river, and then away you go. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure what the situation will be like at Acle as to if it's going to be helpful, i.e. pushing us onto the moorings, the wind, or unhelpful and being as strong as this pushing the boat away from the moorings. If it's pushing us away from the moorings, unfortunately also outside the bridging you don't find posts, it's just rings. So even if we came in and Sheila jumped off at the bow, she's not going to be able to hold the boat from drifting away from the bank, and then you've got very short time to feed the rope through the ring eye. So we may not be mooring outside there if that's the case. We may moor just a little bit down from the bridging, but I would like to be outside because of the closeness to the pub. So the time now is just coming up to 5 minutes to 1, and you can see the weather's sort of turning in. It's getting colder, windier, cloudier. But it is Christmas Eve, we can't complain. I was worried before I came away that it would be very still, icy weather, and it certainly isn't like that. So it won't be too much of a trip, probably take about an hour. Up here, follow the view around as it heads off down towards Acle and leaves the mouth of the River Thurn behind. And then of course there is the fact that Richardson's are no longer at Acle from their base at Horizon Craft. That was their last season in 2016, but the new operator I think is taking over. As the rain now starts to fall more as it happens. So as you can see, we've arrived here. We've been here for a while. I've got to be honest. We've already been into the bridge inn for a drink. We were just going to go in for a drink, and then Sheila looked at the menu, and then I looked at Sheila, and there was love across the table. And she said to me, "Will you?" And I said, "Yes. We will eat out again tonight." And then we embraced each other. It was truly beautiful. So we're having the food here, and it is very nice inside here. Had a word with Phil, who's the landlord. Very nice chap, very welcoming, good food, just an all-round good pub. So, you know, I know lots of you do enjoy stopping off of here, but when you're on the Broads, the bridge inn at Acle really is a good place to stop, even if it's just for a drink. it's a very nice welcome. The moorings are really nice outside as well. They're nice and firm and good. They're rings, as I said earlier, they're not posts. So it means that when you come into moor, what I was going to do, honestly, when that wind was all blown off of the shore, I was going to say to Sheila, you know, if you can't, you know, easily get through and down through the ring, you know, in time and the bows drifting off, then just wrap the rope round one of these. Now obviously they're not meant to be moored on, and look at this poor one here that's been ravaged by a boat. But you know, use what you can just to hold the bow, because if the wind's blowing too hard, she wouldn't be able to hold the boat. But as it turned out, we turned in, tide was coming out. We knew the tide was going out because I'd looked at the tide tables, and I knew that low water today at Great Yarmouth was at 12:30. So when we were coming along here, I knew that we were on the ebb current, so we had to turn and come in with the tide. The wind gave a little bit of shelter, maybe because of the building, and we came along, and that's where we are, the only boat here. So as you can see, we've all got our lights underway, and we're just waiting for a couple of friends to come and join us for a little bit of a chat and a drink on the boat, and then later on, about, I think it's about 7 o'clock, we'll be off into the pub for eating. So they don't open on Christmas Day, and they only open till 9 tonight on Christmas Eve, but lots of people in there, very festive, got all the cheesy music on for Christmas as well. It's great. So from here, outside the bridge in Acle, it's the end of another day. They're not as long, these vlogs, the daily sort of cruising around. As I say, I'm keeping things nice and sedate and not very long. Tomorrow we're eating at lunchtime, about 2 o'clock, I better check, at the Swan Inn at Horning for our Christmas Day lunch. So I'm looking forward to that. But the wind has died down, although I'm sure on the camera microphones it's annoying you just all the same. But until tomorrow, naturally, of course, even at Christmas, more as it happens.